Okay. Hi, and welcome to Indira's World. I am the kitchen diva, as it says over here, chef, blah, blah. Now, today I'm going to make a beef stew. As I told you, the weather is really horrible. I've said this over and over this year because it's winter. And I have here all the veggies that your family should be eating. So, onion for your blood, a stick of cinnamon, that's good for your metabolism, tomato, because I like it. Cauliflower underneath, I have some leeks from the spring onion and parsley. Now I've got broccoli, carrots, and swede. And of course, no winter is good without Brussels sprouts. Now you can put potato in it, of course. But seeing as I ran out of potatoes, we're not getting potatoes in our stew today. So here we go. I'm also going to use lean beef steak, 10% lean, and oil, salt, and pepper. It's as simple as that. And we'll use a little flour to thicken it at the end. But till then, we just go for it. So here I'm going with 1, 2, and 3 spoons of olive oil. As you know, I don't use butter, as I say it over and over and over. To this, I am going to add onions and leave them to brown. My cinnamon stick. Now you can use peppercorns or you can use pepper. I personally prefer peppercorns, but everyone else in the house prefers pepper. So I'm going to wait for those to brown, and in goes my beef after that. And you can use a tenderizer if you want, or a pressure cooker can do pretty well on its own. And then I just chuck in all my veg. If you like your veg very crunchy and crisp and all the rest of it, you can add it halfway through when the beef is cooked, almost cooked. And otherwise, you can add it in through and the veg gets a little less, if you put it in from the beginning, it gets a bit gooey. There's someone at the door. It's probably my friend Shora. So I am going to let this cook while I sit down and have a cup of tea with Shora. I'll be back in a minute. Right, now that my onions are quite brown and smelling really nice, I'm going to chuck in all this beef. Whoops. And try and keep it in the bowl. And that's done. I'm going to squish that around and add some tin tomato. Now I used whole ones, although I should have really have used chopped ones, but I never like the look of the chopped ones for some reason. So I'm going to use, I've used 2 tins here, but I'm not going to use 2 tins. I'm going to use about a tin and a half because it doesn't really need 2 tins. There's 800 grams of beef in, there's a kilo of beef in here. I've got the boys coming around for football today. Arsenal's playing Chelsea. And so I had to slightly overcook today. And now a real chef wouldn't do this, okay, just so you know. But being not such a real chef, I mean, Gordon Ramsay, move over. Here comes the kitchen diva. They're not going to name any dishes or knives after me, but never mind. It's what it is. Now, till this starts making a racket, I'm going to leave it. So I'll see you back in about 25 minutes. Now, there you have your... Now, you can use the same sort of formula for a goulash as well, but you can add paprika and cumin, and you've got a goulash. Now, I am going to add swede, a bay leaf, just because it sounds good. Broccoli, well, it was broccoli when I last heard. Brussels sprouts, because my husband isn't here and he hates Brussels sprouts. And I am going to add cauliflower. And as I said, I don't have potatoes. It would have been nice if I did, but there you go. So there goes my cauliflower. Bye-bye. And to this, I am adding celery and spring onion leeks. And I add the salt later because I don't want it to dehydrate my meat. And I will add some parsley. I usually also add this at the end, but it's okay. Usually herbs go in at the end because they keep the flavor more. Now I am going to boil the hell out of this and then thicken it with flour roux, but as you know, I use olive oil for my roux. And this is going to cook away. And before you know it, you're going to have a nice beef stew, which goes well with this weather and with my cornbread. Yeah, now look, I've put in all my veg and it's looking really good. I'm going to thicken it up and we're going to have ourselves a nice stew to go with my cornbread. And I put it in later so the veg would be slightly crisp. Now you can put in some stock cubes if you want, or you just put in salt and pepper. That's up to you. But I am going to thicken it with a little corn flour and water. And to this, I'm going to add my salt and pepper. And you will have yourself a nice stew, which will warm your heart on a cold winter's day. And if you're boiling somewhere in the southern hemisphere, then I suggest you have it with an iced tea on the side. It's not a bad idea, right, kids?
No, it's a good idea.
Oh, or just put a shrimp on the barbie, as the case may be. Right. Now I'm going to boil that. And then I'm going to serve you a bowl of lovely stew. This looks like my Joey stew. It even smells like it. It's not bad, is it? So, now do you like the stew thick or do you like your stew thin? And
I'll have it thick like me.
Oh no, he wants it very thick, guys. I can't get it that thick, Pedro. Now, come on. Let's not get too confident about this. Okay, I'm going to taste it. Needs a bit more salt. Hence, I tasted it. And I'm going to pop in a little more pepper. Pepper's good in the winter. There you go. Oh my God, how nice is this? Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm going to get myself a bowl. It's got lots of veg. It's got lots of all the doodahs. Put some cornbread on the side. Here's the cornbread. I'm going to cut a bit out of that. Pop it on the side. Pedro, here we have it. Let me know what you think.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Subscribers.
Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot again. I told you. You have to like me, love me, adore me, subscribe for me, subscribe again, subscribe, and enjoy the food in that order. It's all about me, me, me. See you next time. This is the Kitchen Diva saying bye bye.